Okay, good evening, folks. Today is Thursday, June 16, 2016, giving you the recap of Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Cleveland coming out on top 115-101. Some way, somehow, they have forced a Game 7 in this series. Looking at the Golden State Warriors first, they came out very flat, only scored 11 points in the first quarter, down by 20. They were able to win the second and the third quarters, but lost the fourth quarter by 5 points. It was 35-30 in the fourth. They had cut it down to 9 points going into the fourth. You thought they might have a chance, but Cleveland was able to regroup and make sure they got the W. They really lit it up in the fourth quarter. I mean, like we said, Golden State did put up 30, but Cleveland put up 35 as well. Again, Golden State just came out very flat. We've discussed these 2 days off. I think it's really taking a toll on Golden State for whatever reason, right when Curry and Thompson were getting going. I think it broke the momentum. However, they did have 30 and 25 tonight. So in this case, it may have been affecting the other guys. Draymond Green, remember, he hasn't played in a while because he was out Game 5. He only had 8 points tonight on 3 of 7 shooting. Did have 10 boards and 6 assists, but you gotta wonder, they had 2 games off between Games 4 and Game 5 where Draymond Green didn't play, and then another 4 games off. So he had 5 days off. I mean, that's that'll take that, I don't want to say toll, because toll would mean like physical exertion, but that'll certainly play with you and make it difficult. And outside of Curry and Thompson, Leandro Barbosa did have 14 points off the bench, but no one else got above 10 points, and Draymond Green only had 8 points. Harrison Barnes was scoreless. Harrison Barnes has really been struggling. He did not make a field goal, obviously. Did not get to the line, was 0 of 5 from three-point land. He did not have a good game in Game 5. So you gotta wonder about Harrison Barnes. There's a lot of talk about him getting serious money in the offseason. I think teams are going to take a look at that. Now moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously it was all LeBron James tonight. 41 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds. Tristan Thompson played very well in the absence of Andrew Bogut. I think that, or I shouldn't say I think, it was pretty obvious in this game that there was no inside presence. That Bogut injury, we talked about it in the finals preview, how serious it would have been that he stays on the court to prevent Tristan Thompson. You look at it, only 35 rebounds for Golden State to 45 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 offensive rebounds. Golden State did out offensive rebound Cleveland, and usually that's where Tristan Thompson does his work, and he did in this game. He had, well, actually, he only had 2 offensive rebounds, but had 16 on the glass. But remember, Golden State takes a lot of long shots, and even if they're out offensive rebounding, that's because they get a lot of defensive misses or offensive misses that they're able to rebound. If they can't come up with or keep Tristan Thompson off the glass, though, that's a serious issue. They were able to do it for the most part on the defensive end, keeping him off the offensive glass, but he still had 16 rebounds altogether, had 15 points inside, and was plus 32. So that Andrew Bogut injury is clearly making a big difference, because he hasn't played in these last 2 games, and I think that is something that has really allowed Cleveland to get back in this series. But obviously LeBron James, 16 of 27 shooting, just a sensational night. Kevin Love, only 7 points, didn't shoot much, only 3 field goals, and made 1 3-point shot. Did get to the line 6 times. He was passing, getting the ball moving, only had 2 assists, but he was certainly making the right pass. Had a few hockey assists, as you would say, where he set up the pass for the pass, or even the pass to the pass. Kyrie Irving had 23 points quietly, only 7 of 18 shooting. But this sets up a very interesting Game 7. I didn't think it would have gotten this far. And remember, there's another 2 days off between now and Game 7. So you'll have to see what is Golden State going to come out with. So Draymond Green will now have played 1 game in 8 days going into Game 7. That's going to be very serious. Kevin Love, they're not getting much from him, and they weren't expecting much. So as much as he's had off, that's really not becoming much of an issue. Now, is LeBron James going to cool off in the meantime? Just went 40 on back-to-back nights. Or not back-to-back nights, but back-to-back games, facing elimination. Got to give him credit there. Will he cool off with the time off? We'll have to see, but certainly I wasn't surprised that Cleveland was able to get Golden State in that game 5. I thought they came out a little bit lackadaisical, probably thinking they were just going to walk away with it. But the trophy's been in the building the last 2 games for them. They haven't been able to win. And, to lose this game is one thing. To just come out completely flat in the first quarter is a completely different thing for Golden State in this game, which is making me wonder where this team's head at. Did they, plan the parade route a little too soon? Remember, you got to win 4. You don't have to win 3. We'll get into Game 7. I think Golden State is still going to win, but it's a Game 7 regardless. What difference does it make if Cleveland had to come back from 3-1 where they had to play? Well, they'll have to play 2 road games to win the series, but we talked about Golden State in the last round coming back from 3-1. With the home advantage, it's certainly possible. It's very hard to do in the Cleveland situation, but they're there. So what does it matter if they had won every game? It was the home team winning every game up to this point. What difference does it make had it been tied 2-2, however it came to that, and Golden State won Game 3, Cleveland won, or Golden State won Game 5, Cleveland won Game 6, or had Cleveland won Game 5 and Golden State won Game 6. It's Game 7 regardless, so it's gonna be it's gonna be very, very interesting. What can LeBron James do? What is Draymond Green going to be? Is he still going to be rusty? What are they going to get from Kevin Love? Is Kyrie Irving going to be up to the moment? We'll have to see. Those are very interesting storylines come Game 7, but certainly I'm surprised it has gone this far, and that's again 115-101 Cleveland tying the series at Game 3. We will have a Game 7 Sunday night at what I believe will be 8 Eastern. So be sure to stay tuned for that. June 19th, excuse me. Anything that comes up in the meantime between now and then, that game is at 8 o'clock. We will give you flash alerts for that, see if there's any breaking stories. But we'll see you come Sunday night for Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Have a good night.